I'm treating this session as a group coaching session. Okay. So we'll be doing some exercises together. So before we do these exercises, I'll be explaining the whole concept, the NLP concept before we start doing this. All right, so I'm going to share my slides. Okay, so the topic for today is harnessing emotional resilience. Okay, so whoa. Hope you guys are all excited about this. Right. So a little bit about me. I'm running a training and coaching business, and I basically provide training and coaching to individuals and also, as well as corporates, right? And I am definitely, well, obviously I am a certified NLP trainer and master practitioner in 3 modalities, which is NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnosis. I do train and certify people in all 3 modalities as well. So what is NLP? I think a lot of people have already are exposed to NLP here. Can I have a show of hands of how many people have heard of NLP or have experienced NLP? Okay, so NLP is a toolkit for understanding how we think, and how we communicate, and how we behave. So basically, it stands for neuro. Okay, this is how we look at how you process information through your representational system. You know, what we see, what we hear, what we taste, and what we smell. Okay, so how you receive information externally and how you then process your favorite method in receiving information externally. So some people are visual, some people are auditory, some people are kinesthetic, sensory-based, and feeling-based. Okay, and then from there on, we looked at how you then represent the external world internally. Okay, so the words that you use, the body language, and the self-talk that you use to represent the external world, or we call how you form your internal representation of the external world and experience that you experience. And then there is also programming. The programming part is actually your strategy or the process that you execute or you do that results in the behavior that you exhibit externally. So in NLP, we work with how do you receive information, how you process information, how you then represent that information, and then how then you do the behavior that you do through your programming. And generally, we work in helping you change your internal representation that are negative, and then also change the way you do those negative behavior through your programming. So that's basically it. Yeah, so we work with that. So we definitely work a lot on, say, for example, you have a emotional eating, right? So most of you had answered emotional eating. So in terms of emotional eating, we will look at how then you do emotional eating, how then we can change your process of doing that emotional eating by installing a new strategy or a new program for you. So that is initially what NLP is. Okay. Good. So for today's agenda, right, it's going to be a group session. So the main objective today is we're going to look at the anchoring process. Yeah, we're going to give you a little bit. Have you guys heard of anchoring? But anchoring is actually a very famous, very important toolkit in NLP in terms of changing behavior and changing state. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing anchoring. And today is also one of the objectives is to help you understand how to install a personal anchor for yourself. Okay, and then basically the outcome then of this session is so that you understand what is anchoring, you know how to install a personal anchor for yourself, and then also have that be in control of your emotional states and behavior. Now, before we start, okay, So now if everyone could just sit down and relax, sit comfortably, okay, in front of your computer. Good. Take a couple of cleansing breath, 2 or 3 cleansing breath. And then once everyone is settled down, good, good, to settle down. All right, keep your eyes open. And in this process, we need to keep our eyes open. Good job. That's right. Okay, now I want you to look in front of you, right? Beyond your computer or laptop, right? Beyond your screen. And I would like you to pick a spot on the wall, whatever, if you have a wall in front of you, right? I want you to pick a spot in front of you, just above your eye level, right? And I want you to look at this spot comfortably, no stress, and just look at that spot. Focus all your attention onto that spot, right? Just breathe comfortably. Look at that spot on the wall, just above your eye level, right? And as you focus on that spot, and notice that within a matter of moment, your intention and awareness begin to spread into your peripheral vision. That's right. Nice, nice. Now allow your awareness to spread out while you keep your eyes steady on the initial spot on the wall. Good, good. Relax, relax. Good. Now, once your awareness is fully spread into the peripheral, notice that you can pick an object on your far left. Can you pick an object can you see as you still remain your focus on the spot and your awareness spread into the peripheral? You notice that you can slightly pick an object furthest to the left of you. Good, good. Now, still keeping your focus on the spot on the wall, the initial spot on the wall. Now, notice that you can also pick an object on your far right, and you can hold it in your awareness at the same time. Good, good. Now, while keeping your eyes steady on the initial spot, right? I want you to test how far your peripheral vision you can see. Now, some people can see all the way around to 100 degrees, 180 degrees. You can test this by just lifting your hands to the side of your head and just wiggle it. Can you see your fingers? While still maintaining. Nice. Good job. Right. Put your hands down. Good job. As you continue to expand your awareness into the peripheral, right? Allow your body to fully relax. Okay. Gently observe your breathing slowing down. Your jaws are loosening. Tension on your face or shoulders melting away. And you feel a sense of calm beginning to grow in you. Good. Good job. Nice. Good. Now, while keeping all your awareness fully extended into the peripheral, right? Now, would you like to slowly bring your eyes down and focus at me? Okay, welcome back. Right. How's that feel for everyone? Good? Now, I want you to keep your awareness in the peripheral while still looking at me. Yeah? How's that feel? Good? Is
Good.
everyone more calm now? Good, good. So this is what we call the learning state, and I like to get my clients into the learning state before we start a session. Okay, good job, everyone. Hope you feel good. Yeah, good job. Right. Right, so before we begin the session, I would like to also reset your mindset, okay? Because we're going to be learning some pretty cool stuff here. So it's important that we all also reset ourselves in preparation for to learn anchoring, okay? So,
Good.
yes, everyone's good? Okay, right. So first, I'd like you to set your intentions, okay? Oh, wait, this is not it. Okay. All right. So first part, I want to talk about the responsibility for change, okay? First of all, now we're all here because we want to create some change for ourselves, correct? We want to move away from feeling whatever, all this unresourcefulness that, or be in this, all this unresourceful state and get out of that unresourceful state to become more resourceful, right? So, but then change doesn't happen by itself, okay? It happens when you take responsibility for making it happen, okay? So if you want to improve your health, you can't just wish for it to happen, correct? You need to make the lifestyle changes. So similarly, same as this, I sometimes can't, my
Wow.
tongue goes weary. So just as that, right? For any professional or personal change to happen, it starts with you taking that responsibility to add on, to cause that change. Okay. So the techniques that I'll be introducing in this talk, right, can lead to personal change. But that change will only happen, right, if you take the responsibility of applying them. Okay. So the power is in your hands. Second, responsibility for value. Now, value isn't something that is given to you. It's something you create. Just like you can't go to a concert and not enjoy it unless you actually engage with the performer, right? So recently I went to Bangkok to see Smashing Pumpkins. No, I wouldn't have enjoyed that concert if I didn't as well get into the group with the musicians and singing along in the song. The tickets are expensive. The whole thing was expensive, but I found value in it by actually engaging in the concert. Okay, so likewise, in this workshop, in this talk, right? You are responsible for making this workshop, this talk valuable, okay? You should participate and ask questions and think about how you can learn to improve your life. So do participate and ask questions as we go through the content of this talk. Because, you know, the value of this workshop, right? You are responsible for creating the value you want from this experience and even in any experience. Okay, so I encourage you to participate and really find how and ask question and engage with me so that you can get the full benefits of understanding how you can really use this tool to gain that personal change for yourself. Okay, next is to set intention. Now, really, really, really think about what you want out of this. Really set the intention and focus on getting what you want out of this talk with me. I think this is also in life, you should always really set down your intention and focus on getting the most from the experience or the learning that you are undertaking. The fourth is having behavioral flexibility. Now, what do I mean by behavior flexibility? Uh, this is something new you're going to be learning, right? So there'll be times when, okay, there may be some things that are not familiar to you, or things that are not typically what you would do, or what is normally out there. So I am asking for your behavioral flexibility, so that because I'm asking for you to be open to the concept that I am about to teach you today. And it is also about opening that trap door of yours, because there is always something more. And those with behavior flexibility are able then to adapt and learn new things, and have that advantage than those who are not able to, or do not want to engage in something that is different. Something different, and it's not necessarily something that is bad. You can learn a lot of things from being more flexible, and with being more flexible in your behavior. Okay. Next is trusting the process. Yeah, the process is not something that you would have normally experienced, or it's not something that you normally do. So I would suggest that everyone to just, it's different, it's new, and you may find it a bit confusing at times. That's why engage, ask questions, but you should always just trust the process, go with the flow, and with constant practice, right? You will definitely get it. So release your inhibitions and just do the process. Let go of all this negativity, all your critical thinking, or this uh, critical nagging thoughts behind, and just do the process. Okay? All right. So, any questions so far? All good?
All
Boleh.
good.
So, take your responsibility for the change, find value in for yourself, set the intentions that you want out of this talk, right? Have behavior flexibility, and just trust the process. All right, next. Hmm? Okay. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So I understand for many of us navigating perimenopause and menopause, our emotional state can feel like a runaway train. Okay. One moment you feel fine, and the next moment, just a minor trigger sends you into a spiral of frustration or melancholy. It's easy to feel like a prisoner of your state, right? Reacting to the world rather than choosing your responses. And sometimes you feel trapped in the emotions that you're feeling at the moment. Now, how many times have you woken up in the morning already in a bad mood? Okay. Knowing you have a demanding day ahead, yet you feel stuck and unable to access energy and positivity that you need. Okay. Or perhaps have you ever had a simple interaction with a partner or a child or a colleague, and perhaps they say something or you saw a certain look on your face that instantly put you in a bad mood and just mess up your whole entire day? I
Yes.
selalu. Faces, certain words, certain phrases, and I get into a emotional state. And most of the time, I tend to react rather than be intentful in terms of how I respond. And most of when we get into that issue, we always get into a fight lah. Hello?
No, it's okay. I muted.
Okay. So, that there's always that situation where, we get trapped or we get stuck in a certain unresourceful state, that I call it. And it takes a lot of energy for us to get out of it, and we waste a lot of energy, and we get really tired, fighting that unresponsible state, because we have a lot of things to do. Kids needs to be fed, things, works needs to be get done, but sometimes it's so hard for us to get out of that mood. Now, because obviously, it leaves us tired, powerless, feeling, all sort of negative emotions, and we feel bad about ourselves. But what if I told you that there was a way and there's a technique for you to sort of like have an automatic secret button that can snap you out from your unresourceful state to a more resourceful state, just like that?
Yes.
Yeah. How many of you would like to learn that? How many of you would like to just suddenly press your ear like this and suddenly from being unmotivated to being motivated? Or feeling upset, angry to calm? Or when from feeling nervous about going to a presentation or a talk like this, you press one button here, suddenly, all confident, totally confident. Okay, so that is the technique that we're going to learn today, and we're going to learn, and that technique is called anchoring. Okay, it's a fundamental technique in NLP. Okay, so what is anchoring? Anchoring is simple je. Anchoring is actually a process of associating a stimulus, like an image, sound, or touch, with a specific emotional state, allowing you to trigger that state on demand. So what do I mean by a stimulus? Okay, so this stimulus, okay, can be a picture, sometimes muka orang, the McDonald's sign ke, that's one of the that's what is a visual stimulus, or a sound. It could be a sound, a song. Some songs get us into a good mood, if you notice that.
Yep.
Or bunyi like that one of those sound that your phone makes, okay? Or a touch, like I said, touching the behind the ear, pinching my earlobe, okay? It could be a hug. My mom's hug is a good anchor for me. I love hugging my mom. Yeah, your partner's touching your hand also can bring, that is also a type of anchor, a type of stimulus. Okay, so anchor is very, this anchor is a very natural phenomenon, actually. So you have everyday examples of anchors are like, basically your phone, the email sound when you get, some people like it, some people don't. It brings a lot of different state in different people when they hear the email sound. Ting, what's the email? Like, so I don't like it. So I know work is coming. Traffic light, we all are anchored to the traffic light. Everybody knows what to do when it's red or green. Colors can be colors for certain people are anchors as well. Some people, when they see red, it means different thing. I use the color red with my hypnosis when I do to anchor people to certain state in hypnosis. Faces, pictures. Now, face is very interesting because when you see someone's face, when you see a crying face, it also elicits a different type of states in you as well. Some either you feel sad, concerned. Sound, baby crying on aeroplane can create a different sort of anchor in you as well, elicit different states in you. Some people are annoyed. Single people like me get annoyed. Maybe for mothers, when you hear baby crying, gets you into a state of worriness or maybe a state of action. Need something to do. Your alarm clock is also a anchor. Different people have different alarm rings for them to wake up, right?
Yeah.
And advertising jingles. That is also an anchor for certain people. You can trigger a certain specific set of feelings or association. And obviously, I said earlier, song. So anchor is very, very natural. And this anchoring, actually, NLP had taken the concept of anchoring mainly from Pavlov. But the main person that actually started studying anchoring was this guy called Twigmeyer. So Twigmeyer was studying the knee-jerk phenomenon. So the knee-jerk phenomenon is like, have you been to the doctor where when he checks your reflex, he will knock on your knee? Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, right. So what Twigmeyer found was that just by telling the patient that he was going to knock on the knee would jerk in anticipation of the knock. So he actually published the first paper on this phenomenon of the stimulus, of anchoring stimulus, but it never got but it never got much traction until Pavlov came. And Pavlov is a behavioral scientist, I think behavior psychologist, and he studied the phenomenon of anchoring with dogs, right? And he would use a auditory anchor, auditory stimulus. So you use a bell, and he would ring a bell and show the dog meat, right? And he would do it that a couple of times. And when he showed the dog the meat, the dog would salivate. So, and he would combine the meat and the bell together, right? So the sound of the bell and he would show the meat to the dog. So he used the bell as a stimulus to initiate the dog to salivate. So even when he just rings the bell and not show the meat, the dog would salivate. All right. So NLP then took this concept, right? So we took this concept of anchoring, of applying a stimulus to trigger a specific reaction. And we decided that we could use anchor intentionally and create an intentional anchor, right? And link it to a specific, we would link a specific stimulus and link it to a powerful positive emotional state. So allowing us to feel confident, love, or powerful on demand. So we took this concept, we said, okay, so since people are so, and since people are so receptive to anchors, why not use these anchors and intentionally use anchors and link this stimulus to elicit powerful, positive emotional states. So therefore, that's when we came up with the technique of anchoring. And that's how it started out. And we've been using anchoring to help people get out of their unresourceful state to a resourceful state. Now, any questions so far? Everyone good? Semua
All good.
faham kan? So senang, right? So anchor is a stimulus that is linked, that is when activate this stimulus will trigger a response. So in NLP, we're using intentionally to use anchoring to stimulus to trigger a person to get into a positive emotional state. So how do we do this? So why do we do this? Because, right, benefits of personal anchors. Okay, so it shifts you from a negative, right, negative emotion to a positive emotion. Now, this helps you get out quicker, spend less energy in that negative state. Like I said, when you wake up in the morning, you feel all really shit and you cannot shake it off, right? So we're using anchoring to move you from that negative state to a positive state instantly, rather than you spending the whole day trying to shake off that bad mood. Okay? Wasting energy. So we're saving you energy. Second, it increases performance. Now, a lot of athletes use anchoring. Okay, a lot of professional athletes use anchoring where they snap out from their pre-game mode to game on mode. Okay, so a lot of people do that. We have Serena Williams uses it. Swimmers uses it. I think the one famous swimmer using it is this guy named Phelps. Back then, one of the Olympic swimmers. Yeah, so he would use certain anchors to get into, I think it may be the sound of the gun. Pam, boom, masuk, swim, activate, go mode. Okay. A lot of people you guys know Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses this.
Yeah.
He does this to himself. He uses a kinesthetic anchor like this to switch on when he gets on stage for his public speaking. Okay, so it increases performance. Second, it breaks negative patterns. Okay, it interrupts you from your negative reactions to get you to go for a positive reaction. So instead of reacting in anger, you react rationally. Okay, so like macam CEOs. Actually, a lot of CEOs use this as well because then they're always calm in terms of their reaction to or their reactions to crisis, right? Instead of being all panicky, stock market crash, okay, press an anchor, reset, okay, what is then, they will then react, get into a calm state and react rationally to a crisis, for example. And then, personal development, obviously, it definitely builds resilience and emotional intelligence in handling challenges. Okay? I know you guys did a poll. Now, anchoring is a quick method in getting you out of resourceful state. Now, the poll that you did shows that you are in some unresourceful state, right? The emotional eating, the feeling unmotivated. Now, anchoring helps us get out of that. But this is a quick fix. Now, I would still say from the poll, because I got the poll as well, right? A disclaimer, okay? Anchoring me is a good quick fix for that time, right? But in terms of not saying that anchoring doesn't work, but it works, but you have to constantly fire your anchor. But if you are wanting to deal with the bigger problem, right, that you guys had indicated in the poll, that one I still have to say, okay, because I have to disclaimer kan, I tak nak kata that I'm giving you a quick fix then you terus baik, tak boleh. Sebab for those kind of deeper issues, I still recommend a one-to-one coaching, okay? Disclaimer. I have to do this. Disclaimer, I'm not being responsible coach here. Okay, but then anchoring is still a quick fix. Okay, it's still a quick fix. It's still a solution. If you don't have time to go for coaching, this is still a good thing for you to use. Eventually, if you keep on using it, hopefully you may get and may able to solve your bigger problems. Who knows what to say, right? But at least you have a solution at hand. Okay. As a coach, I have to say this, right? Okay, so what do you need to know to do anchoring? Anchoring ni dia punya proses senang je, okay? So for us to, the essentials that you need to know in terms of how you do anchoring is, okay, to create a personal anchor is first, is you want to anchor intense and fully is associated state, okay? You don't want to anchor a blast state. So you want to anchor an intense and fully associated state. Okay, and how do you, and you need to recall a moment when you felt, okay, for example, fully confident or fully empowered. Okay, and this moment that you recall, it must be a vivid, you can really see it and you can really feel it, and you can really go back to that time and really feel the intense feeling of feeling really confident. So you want to always choose an intense and associated state. Okay, so that is first in terms of the essential that you need to know before you start anchoring a personal anchor. So you need to fully feel the experience, and it must be real to you. You have experienced it before, and you can fully engage all your senses in this experience. You can see what you saw and fully hear what you heard and really feel that feeling of feeling confident in that memory that you recall. Okay? Second is the timing. Now, what's important about anchoring is, and when you're applying the stimulus, is the timing of the anchor and the length of how long you apply the anchor, the stimulus, like the pinching of the ear, okay? And usually you want to apply the stimulus or the anchor for 5 to 15 seconds. Though, when applying, when you apply the anchor, you have to be very precise in the timing. Okay. So when I say precise in the timing, okay, when you apply it, right, the pro tip to remember is you apply it upon when you feel, when you recall the moment of, say, feeling fully confident, okay, the moment that you felt totally confident, right? You want to apply the anchor upon the moment you start feeling the feeling or the rising of that feeling of confident in you. So as you recall the moment of feeling totally confident and you feel it rising up, right? You start applying the stimulus or the anchor or the pinching of the ear here, for example, right? And you want to hold on to that stimulus or the anchor, the pinching of this, for example, pinching on my ear here for 5 to 15 seconds. And the moment you let go is when you start feeling that you apply the feeling as the feeling of confidence is rising in you. And as soon as it hits the peak of the feeling of feeling very totally confident, and then it's just about to drop, you let go. So that's why you apply the stimulus for 5 to 15 seconds. Faham tak? Boleh tak? So
Any question?
it's like you apply in the moment as it is rising up, right? You apply as the moment as the feeling of total confidence, for example, is rising up in you as you recall the moment of feeling totally confident. You apply as you feel the confidence rising up in you, and then you hold on to it as you hit its peak, and the moment is about to go down, you let go. Okay, we don't want to catch the feeling when it's already going down, 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 down. Okay, we want to catch it as it is rising up, and we want to let go of the stimulus just before it goes down. Boleh? Faham?
Any
Can you feel
question?
that? You know how you feel macam kalau kita makan the first bite of the ice cream, right? As you can feel the taste going up, 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 and then at the peak of it, and then just before it goes down, you let go. It's kind of like that. Any question? Can you get this?
You can answer
So
that.
that's why we say 5 to 15 seconds. You will know it in you. You will feel it in you, because you can feel the difference in your body. So as it goes up, right, your breathing gets, yes, you feel totally confident, right? As it rises, as the feeling of total confidence is rising, right? Your breathing gets faster and faster. And as it peaks up, your breathing gets really fast. And then the moment that is at peak is about to go down, your breathing becomes slow, about to slow down, you let go. That's how I would say you can gauge in yourself. It's easier when for me as a practitioner, because I apply anchor on others, I can see it in you. I see it in you because I can see your eyes. Your eyes, there's a way somehow, right? When that feeling of total confidence moves out, right? Your pupil becomes, it gets from small, you can dilate it, and then just about that, you're about to go down after it hits the peak, it becomes so dilated, and then just about you're about to go down, I can see it just shrink a little bit. I can see it in your face. Actually, your facial tonus, your muka, the color of your face, I can see it rise, you become more color, and then just as it hits the peak, it becomes the most color, and it's about to go down, I can see the difference of the color, it goes different, the color goes down back again, and and it basically also is the breathing, you can see in this person's breathing.
Yeah.
It takes a practice. That's why I say behavioral flexibility and trust the process. So it takes a bit of practice, but you can feel, if you're doing it to yourself, you can feel it. You can feel it inside. You can feel your breathing. You can feel your temperature rising, and it's about to go down. You let go. Boleh? Because the timing is the one. The crucial part is the timing. Okay? So next, what you need to know about anchoring is it has to be a unique trigger. Okay? Okay? So it's something unique. Okay, kalau if you're going to use visual, use something that is visually stimulating. Okay, maybe not this.
That's all.
Okay, if you're going to use touching, okay, some people like to use knuckles. They could touch knuckle this, knuckle this, knuckle this, but in the intensity of the touch, kena the same. Okay? If you have to apply the same pressure. So I like this. I like touching my ear. Okay? Some people like doing movement. I've used this as well. This feels good too. This is my magical anchor. I feel magical when I do this. Okay? So it has to be unique. Okay? Even the sound must be a unique sound. Okay? Some people, they combine kinesthetic and auditory. So they go like this. They put their hands together. Can you see my hand? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they go, awesome.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. A lot of people do,
Yes.
you know, the action for motivation. Repeat it a couple of times. I'm feeling totally confident. Behavior flexibility. Yeah, of course, it looks weird. But trust the process. Have behavior flexibility. You know, you don't have behavior flexibility, takkan nak buat ni.
Yeah.
But hey, who cares? It's for me, right? I need to get this anchor out. I need to get from my unresourceful state to my resourceful state, right? So that's why I said behavior flexibility is very important, and also trusting process. Okay. So choose a unique and distinctive stimulus, be it visual, combining visual dengan kinesthetic ke. Some people mungkin color purple, and then they hold it.
Oh,
They
okay.
can go like this. Confident! Confident! Purple, kan? Purple color. Purple, by the way, is a color of hypnosis. If you guys know, if you want to know. Just an interesting fact. So it brings a lot of calmness, okay? You can hold it, as you hold it and you look at it, color, kinesthetic, by pressing. But it must be always, okay? So you can, the anchor can be replicated, easy replicated, okay? So this is easy to replicate. Pinching the ear is easy to replicate. Awesome, easy to replicate. Yes, easy to replicate. Okay. So you have to do it the same way. Okay. And then repetition, number of times you set the anchor. Number of times for me, I use 3 to 5 times. So if I'm going to anchor totally confident on a client, I do it. I repeat the process. I anchor it 3 to 5 times before I move to the next a resourceful state, the next anchor. Now, when you repeat it a number of times, the anchor is stronger. So you are confident that every time you fire this you rasa the change in your state. Okay, boleh. So these are just the essential things that you need to remember when you're doing anchoring. You need to observe this when you're doing the anchoring. Process of anchor. Okay. Oh my God. This is, sorry. I guess I didn't tutup the other one. So this one is the one actually. Yeah, see, hold the anchor for the beginning, hold the stimulus. This is the one I was explaining to you about the timing. I was wondering why. Sorry, guys, just now. I should have edited. Okay. So that's the one. I will pass you this. I'll clean up my deck and I'll pass I'll pass it to Karen so Karen can give it to you guys as well, yeah? For you guys to have it as notes. Okay, so next, so the process of anchoring is different. Okay, the process of anchoring is, okay, you have to recall, first, this is how we're going to do the anchor, okay? So first is recall a past vivid experience. Use a past vivid experience to elicit the desired state. So make sure you can recall the moment that you felt totally confident. Okay, right? And when you recall that moment, I want you to go back to that time, go right down into your body, right? And really see what you saw, hear what you heard, and really feel the feeling of that total confident, totally confident. Okay? So again, there's a pro tip to fully feel the state, you must also adopt the physical posture, right? So kalau I nak feel totally confident, I have to stand like I'm totally confident, breathe like I'm totally confident, and really, really act like I'm totally confident. Okay, so you have to summon the totally confident state. I have to really embody it. Okay, so that's how you get that intense, vivid experience. Okay, all right. Then the second step is obviously beforehand choose your stimulus. Jangan masa nak buat tu baru nak fikir, oh maybe here, or maybe here. No, choose ahead already what you want to use as your stimulus. Okay, if it's a visual anchor, pick something that is visually stimulating for you. If it's a kinesthetic, make sure you know which part you want to touch. If it's an auditory, okay, like I said, the action of going like this and going awesome. Okay, so pick that beforehand. And so first step is once after you recall the past vivid experience, the second step is then as you feel the state rising in you, apply the anchor, the stimulus and hold on to it for 5 to 15 seconds. Okay? Boleh? We will do this together. I will work with you together later, okay? You just tell me later what you guys want to do. So, you hold for 15 seconds. Okay. And then I want you to repeat step 1 and 2 for the same, totally confident. Do totally confident 3 times or 5 times. Once you finish, you break state. Okay, kalau if I'm working with someone, I ask them to smell popcorn. But if you're doing it by yourself, just walk around the room. When we call break state is get out of that state because you're still in the state of confidence, kan? So get out of the state. And the next step is to fire the anchor. So go like this, see if there is a change. See if you'll be able to elicit totally confident, for example. Okay, if you've done it right, the moment you fire the anchor, you will get into that state. Like for me, when I do this, I feel magical. I literally feel a tingle in my whole body. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but yes, I feel it when I do this, and I like doing this. Yeah. Boleh? Any questions so far?
You
Ask me
can,
before because we're going to do this exercise
yeah.
together. Ask me a question. Ask me a question. What is the part that do you want to clarify? Cepat ask. Unmute and ask.
Yes.
Now is the time.
Come on, ladies.
Interact, guys. Find value. Find value. Create your value. Because you want to do this, right? You want to have this anchor. This anchor also, if you know how to do this, you can put it on your partner and your partner will totally love you all the time.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a
You
quick
put
question.
like this, so nanti they totally love you. Do anything you say, no lah.
I have a
Okay.
quick question, Isa. So you talk about the confidence, right? So one of the things that I think we, especially when we are in that dull mood where we feel very down, so is it okay to think about something that brought us a lot of happiness, a vivid state that brought us a lot of happiness, that brings a smile, and then have something that the pose that you talk about, that will be anchoring as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, guys. What is the resourceful state is different for different individual. Okay. For some people, it might be a resourceful state. For them, might not be being totally confident. Might be, like you said, being totally happy. Okay? That might be the resourceful state that will get you out of your current bad state. Okay? So, in general, though, we do in general, okay, when we apply a resourceful state anchor, we use powerful, totally loved, could have it all, energetic, fell down laughing. Fell down laughing is the best, actually, because when you fall down laughing, right, when you are laughing, is a very powerful state because you can't care less. Nothing can hurt you. When you are in that state, when you gelak like kau with your friend, tergelak bahak-bahak, they say tergelak bahak-bahak, you're laughing like mad with your friends. That is a very good state. And usually in my NLP trainers training, we like to anchor fell down laughing. Because trainers, right? Anything can happen during a training session. So we anchor that so that they can just get through with anything that is happening. Lights goes off, projector not working, so they can always have that. They can constantly move on with the training. So we do fall down laughing a lot, and also obviously totally confident. Some people do totally confident really well. I say totally or really because some people don't understand totally powerful. Some people read it to being really powerful rather than the word totally powerful. So yeah. So again, these are the universally applicable resourceful state. But you guys can pick your own resourceful state. That state which can get you out of your unresourceful state. Okay, it is different from some people to people. Totally loved works for me. I like that state. It works for me. It helps me get out of feeling bad. Definitely, totally loved. May not resonate with some of you.
So
Could
there's
have it all.
do we use different anchors for different states? That's one question.
Okay. You can actually stack your anchors. So you can actually stack. What we mean is stack is we can place all the resourceful state that we want in one anchor. But you have to do it one by one lah. So do 5 times totally powerful. And then you do another 5 times totally loved. And you do another 5 times could have it all. You could do 5 times totally energetic. Kalau you nak buat totally energetic, it'll be good. Because a lot of us always feel down in energy, right? So you can stack it. You can stack it on one anchor. And once you press it, you can feel all this resourceful state in one time. Yes, you can use.
Okay, I guess if no question, we'll do one practice round.
Okay, so the technique that I'm going to talk about here, and I'm going to do this practice with you, is called the ring of power. Okay, so ring of power is actually a visual stimulus, okay, visual anchor. Okay, it requires you to use your imagination because we have to imagine a ring of power on the floor. Okay, behavioral flexibility, okay? Not something, and it's gonna look weird to other people, when they look at you, what are you doing? You're gonna visualize the ring on the floor and then you're gonna step into the ring. But it does work. Now we can use this technique, okay? And I can go through this technique with you, or if you guys are not visual, and we can replace the ring of power by using a kinesthetic. I'll tell you when to press, but we have to all decide on one resourceful and state that we all can agree on. How? But I'll walk to you this because I'm going to give you this anyway. Okay, it's a very simple technique. Okay, this one. First is to, first, of course, you have to find a nice quiet area, right? And then you have enough space because we will be visualizing a glowing circle about 2 feet diameter on the floor. Okay, that's the first step. Second, okay, we're going to do the same. Remember the process just now. Recall a moment of extreme, example, motivation ke, moment of total confidence ke, total love ke. What is the chosen resourceful state for you, right? And then you're going to do the same thing. As you recall the moment and you feel the state rising in you, you step into the ring and you stay in the ring for 5 to 15 minutes just before the state is going down. You step out of the ring, okay? Right? Like just now, the process that we talked about, same process. And then you repeat step 1 to step 3 for other resourceful state that you want. Say you do totally loved and totally energetic, and then you do totally confident. Okay? Repeat. And then after that, okay, when you have done adding all the states that you want, right? You test, always test. You imagine the ring again, you step back in, and if you've done it right, obviously you're going to feel all those states that you've anchored. Okay. Next, the neat part of this is once you step out of the ring, right? You're going to visualize, you shrink the ring into so small that it will fit as a ring on your finger. Okay? And you can access this ring each time and every time you want by just taking out the ring from your finger and then placing it back on the wall, on the floor, and then stepping back into the ring. Where I tell you, you use a visual stimulus instead. And I think we can use this one by pinching our fingers, if that is good for everybody. Okay? And I walk you through the process. Is this good? Is this good for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And can we do totally confident? Or do you want to do, but we have to agree for everybody. Should we do totally confident? Or what is good for everyone? Energetic? Shall we do totally energetic?
Everyone got some vivid memory of that or not?
Yeah. Is totally energetic good for you, or what do you want? It has to be a consensus because I'm gonna walk you through the whole group to do together.
Yes, energetic, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Can I see?
Okay, energetic. Totally energetic. Okay.
Totally energetic?
Yep.
Okay. Totally energetic. So can I have everybody's screen on, please? So I can see everybody because I need to see when you guys are getting into that state. Some people get into the state very fast. Some people are slower. Visual people are very highly cepat masuk, cepat keluar. Okay, is everybody online? Does everybody have their cameras on?
Cameras
Okay.
on.
All right. So very, very easy. So this is me doing the anchoring on you. So when I do the anchoring, I'm going to use a script. But you can use but you guys can do this as well. Okay. So if we're all ready, are we all ready? Are we all good? Yeah? Okay. So Can you recall a time that you were totally or really energetic? Can everyone recall the time that were totally and really energetic? Yes? Not?
Yes.
Yes, there was a specific time that you were totally and really energetic. Can you recall a specific time? Yes. Okay, so I want you guys to go back to that time, go right back to that time, and I want you to go right back into your body, see what you saw, hear what you saw, and really feel the feeling of being really energetic, really energetic, really energetic. Yes, yes, energy, full of energy. You feel it. You can see it, you can hear it, and you totally feel the feelings of feeling totally energetic. Yeah, 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 yeah. Totally energetic. Yes, totally energetic. Yes, yes. Okay, let go. Okay, we're going to go back again. Okay, you can use the same memory. Not use the same memory. You can pick another memory, but make sure it's an intense memory that you can feel that you really, really energetic. So when you go back to that specific time, you feel really, totally energetic, really energetic. And when you go back right down into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel feelings of feeling really energetic, full of energy, totally energetic, totally pumped up. Yes, energetic. Yes, energy, energy, energy. Yes, I'm fully energetic. Yes, 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 yes. Energetic, energy, energy. Yes, energetic. Okay, let go. Right. Okay, we're going to do it another time, okay? Third time round, okay? Now, I want you guys to think of another time or use the same time to go, and I want you to think of that specific time you felt totally energetic, full of energy, and you were just bouncing wall to wall. And when you go back to that time, put it down into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel the feelings of feeling totally energetic, really energetic. Press, press, press. Yes, energy, energy, energy. Yes, bounce, bounce, bounce. Totally, totally energetic. Yes, yes. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can hear it. You can hear it. You can see it. And you feel really energetic. Okay, let go. Yes. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Smell popcorn. Smell popcorn. Smell coffee. Yes. Can you smell coffee? All right. Okay. All right. Now we're going to test. We did it 3 times. Now, fire anchor. Fire anchor. Okay. Feel energetic? Do you feel it? Yeah? No? Not really?
Yeah.
Now, remember, I said you need to really make sure you go back to that specific time and you're really using a memory that is vivid to you, a memory that you can recall that is vivid to you, that you've really felt the intense emotional feeling, totally energetic, where you can go back right into your body, drop down back into your body, and you can see what you saw, hear what you hear, and really feel the intense feeling of feeling really, really energetic. Feel it. You have to embody it, feel it. Assume the physical posture, energy, feeling really energetic. Yes. Okay. Now, that is why when I talked about you must have an intense memory of it. Okay. And you must really live. When we say intense memory, you must really be able to feel that memory must be real to you and something that you have experienced. You can recall it vividly. So because we want you to go back into that time to really see yourself, seeing what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel that feeling. And that is why I talked about the prerequisite when we're doing the anchoring. Okay. Now, the anchoring is a quick fix. Okay, it's a quick fix to snap you out of your situation. Okay, it's a quick fix for it helps to turn you into for athletes, it helps you get you into game mode. Okay. You might not be, a sensory person. You might be auditory person. So maybe a song might help. A sound might help instead of sensory. So everyone is different. That's why I say you have to choose your anchor. I am okay with touch. I'm kinesthetic. I'm also visual. So I can use visual stimuli as well to anchor. So each of us are different, but the concept of anchoring, choose your anchor. You must just know the first few steps, right? The step I want you to know is what is essential for you to do anchoring and what is the process of it to do the anchoring. Now I want you to practice yourself and putting on that own personal anchor for yourself. So personal anchor you can use is either you use the ring of power, or you replace the ring of power, which is a visual stimuli, with maybe a kinesthetic, and maybe doing, yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome might be better for you. Okay, combining a kinesthetic and auditory. Okay, but the key is you must know when you're going. The key is always use a vivid experience, a vivid memory that you have experienced, that you can recall, that you can go back and, vivid, because you want to be able to see it, you can hear it, you can feel it. Okay, and that's it lah. So again, make sure you induce the same pressure, the same type of anchoring, same stimuli again when you do it. Okay, be it like this, you can the same pressure. Jangan first one you just touch, then the second one you touch, you add on the pressure. No, it has to be consistent. If it's just a touch, then it's just a touch. If it has pressure, make sure the pressure is the same all the time. Even when you're pressing your ear, using a knuckle, and if you're using auditory, the sound, the intensity of that sound must be the same. So if you're going to go, yes, then the next time you do it, you go, yes, cannot, has to be yes all the time. The three times you apply the anchor is you go, yes, yes, yes. That tak boleh satu-satu. Behavior flexibility, guys. Trust the process. This is new. You are learning something new. It's not something that you can do straight away. Okay? Responsibility for change is on you. The responsibility to find value in doing this is for yourself. Right? Set your intention. What you want to use this anchor for. What is it that you're looking? Focus on that intention. Okay? This is weird. Obviously, it's weird. It's not something that you see regular people do. But I'm telling you, a lot of people use anchor. You don't even realize it. A lot of speakers, when they do this thing called stage anchoring. They anchor a certain state at each part of the stage, and then they go back. You'll be amazed. You not realize. So some speaker do it what? They rile you up, and then when they do they use actions like this and gets you pumped up. Tony Robbins does this to get his crowds pumped up. See, it's very natural. It's a natural state to have anchor.
Yeah.
Just have to find what your anchor is, and you have to trust the process and have the flexible behavior flexibility to create this anchor.
I think one of the easier thing to do is think of something that made you very, very happy.
Happy?
Yeah. Think of something that made you very, very happy, and then you do the anchoring. So the anchoring could be a gesture. So I think most of us can relate that easier and then go into that space, and that because when that memory comes and the emotion come, immediately you feel that joy and calmness, and whatever state, then it becomes a positive state,
Yes.
and yes, we agree that it is a little weird, but it's no harm to try. So just open
Yeah.
up your heart space and say, yeah, when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling that anxiety, like Winnie, if you're feeling that panic, then think about that time where you had the most wonderful holiday, or that moment where it was just peace and you felt calm and relaxed. Bring yourself into that state, and that will trigger that resourceful. Is that good, coach? Is that a good explanation?
Yes, good. Also, I saw this someone on the chat kata apa kalau thinking of a time.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Guys, okay. Whatever memory that you can remember to elicit that state is good for you.
Yeah.
Anything. No one's gonna ask you what that memory is. I'm not gonna ask you what that memory is. I'm not even gonna ask you to describe the memory. Whatever you remember, how you remember, as long as it's going to bring that state out, elicit that state out in you, is okay. Is good
What's
for
good
you.
for you is good.
Yeah, if it's a good meal, sure, Shah.
Go
Go
for
ahead, use it, Shah.
yeah.
Yes. As long as, okay, so again, what is a resourceful state for you? For me, feeling confident. For me, is feeling totally loved. For me, is falling down laughing. Because I relate to this. I have vivid memories to it. So if you want to get out of a state of nervousness, okay, before you go into your presentation, what is it that can get you off from being nervous? Is it feeling totally confident? I can do totally confident because I have vivid memories of being totally confident. But I'm also not actually totally confident myself lah. This is a really good tool. Now I can only teach you the theory and I can only give you this knowledge. It is up to you to find value to use this. That's why I set the intention at the front earlier. So if the university resourceful state doesn't work for you, find what it works for you. Everybody is different. Everybody has a different resourceful state. Everybody has a go-to state that they go to when they need to feel good about themselves. And that is really that's the best part lah. That's why individual coaching ni dia allow you to find that out lah. But yeah,
Wow.
this is
Good
I'll give you my notes. Okay, and really try and absorb this and try and practice it. You only get better at it when you practice it. I myself got better at it because I practice it. You don't, if it's like a muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yep, exactly. Thank you so much, Isa. Oh my goodness, you've spent like almost an hour half with us. Thank you so much. Ladies, please send lots of love to Isa. So hopefully we get more coaching from her. And thank you for spending this evening with us. And I hope you all have a wonderful family time for Sunday. And lots of love. And please write down in our chit chat group what are the 3 things that you learned from Isa today. Okay? Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Hope
Thank
it
you.
was okay for you guys.